morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Danny's Detours, where we talk about anything and everything life related, and consciousness is our canvas. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and we are out and about, just on a bit of a walk today. We're on one of the local routes near where I live, just down by the river, and we're out with our two favourite compadres, Paddy and Willow. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Fantastic to have you all back. Like I say, as I always like to start, thank you so much for the love and support that you are showing towards the channel. I noticed that we're gaining a few more subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, they always state and say that there's a really good comment what someone quoted the other day, and it just made me realise and made me think that, you know, if we just focus and concentrate on getting 1% better every day, then at the end of the year, we'll be 37 times better than what we was originally were. Just imagine that, guys. Just put that into context for 1 minute. You know, you get up one day, you know, and it's not always about making big, massive changes, but it's just always, you know, you got to think to yourself, you know, this aim just to get up and make that one. That might just be like going to the gym and doing one extra rep on the bench, or, you know, that might be just like eating one less, you know, like 200 less calories within the day. It could be anything, guys. You know, it could be, you know, like just reading that one extra paragraph in that book that's enabling you to give yourself, you know, that extra little bit of wisdom and information in life. You know, there's so many things that we can do. So yeah, it's just all about context. Willow's seen something here. What's she seen? What have you seen, darling? She spotted something. What have you seen, girl? Eh? Probably a rat or something, because we are down by the river and there's a lot of rats about. There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? Yeah, so it's just all about like getting that inner focus, that inner belief, believing in yourself, and just keep pushing on, guys. That's literally all it boils down to. And always remember this as well: you are player one. And what do I mean by this? You are player one. Well, you know, there's a lot of youngsters out there now, and they focus so much on these computer games. You know, like they've got like Grand Theft Auto online, anything. You know, you could be like playing like a role-playing game. But what if I was to tell you that you are the superhero? You are player one. You are the main character. Because guess what, guys? You are. You know, there's so many things. Like, we put so much effort, and like you know, like the amount of dopamine that gets put into young lads and young girls' minds now whilst playing these computer games. And I'm not saying these games are bad or anything like that, but what if I was to say that you could create the perfect life? You could create the perfect scenario. You know, you could have that dream car. You can have that dream house. But it all starts from that inner belief, that inner knowing, and already having that end desired result. You know, you've already got to believe that you are rich. You already got to believe that that car that you desire already is on your driveway. You've got to know. You've got to go into that end state feeling and feel it every day, because at the end of the day, that is how manifestation works. That is how the law of attraction works, and that is how, because it's a law and the universe has to abide by your thoughts and feelings. It might take time, guys. You know, you might get up every day and think to yourself, well, you know, it's not happened yet, and then that's where most people give up and most people quit. But at the end of the day, as long as you keep knowing what you are, I am wealthy, thank you. I am healthy, thank you. I am rich, thank you. I am abundance, I am Christ consciousness, thank you so much, Lord, creator of this earth. You know, you are a fragmentation of God, so you have the ability, you already have the power inside of you to do anything and everything. Yeah, look at that, guys. We're just down by the river. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to start doing a video on maybe next week, or at some point I'm actually going to get down by the river, and I might actually start doing it as a weekly thing where basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some cold water exposure, because I used to do that anyway. I did that a good few months ago. Me and another lad used to do it, and it was absolutely fantastic. Hence I do cold water showers anyway. I do these on a regular basis. Like every morning I get up, and I don't even use the hot water anymore. I literally just do the cold showers every day. So it's absolutely fantastic for the mental health, and it's really good. So yeah, you just keep going, guys. You know, you've got to keep pushing, keep going on. But just look at that. It's raining, it's pouring, but we ain't bothered, because we're not in bed snoring. We're out and about, and we're grateful. We get up every morning, we show love, we show gratitude. And remember, you are player one. You are the superhero, because you've got to go back to that childlike mind state of, you know, think about it like this, guys, right? They say the only time when you're ever really truly free in life is from when you was born to before you go to play school or preschool or kindergarten, if you're from America, wherever that may be. And yeah, and why I say this is because, you know, when you're a child, what are you using most of the time? Using a thing called imagination. Just let me just swap the camera around. My arm's getting a bit tired. Yeah, using a little thing called imagination. And this is like your childlike mind state. And when you're using your imagination, anything is possible. Like, you think, look back to, like, say when you was playing as a kid, and you was, I don't know, you was playing like Dungeons and Dragons. It could be anything. Or you was like Incredible Hulk, and you was walking around your front, you know, wherever you was in your house, and you was picking stuff up and you pretending to smash it, and you was the strongest person in the world. See, me personally, I used to love, like, a lot of people resonate with like Iron Man or Spider-Man, all these characters. But what if I was to tell you that, you know, you are that superhero, you are that main character? And this is how manifestation works, guys, because at the end of the day, when we go back to our childlike mind state of imagination, like you imagining your dream life, you imagining that big house, or you imagine the perfect partner, or you imagine, you know, that really successful business, and you imagine like over £100,000 getting deposited into your bank account every day. Anything and everything is possible, guys, you know, but it all starts from the imagination, from the thought process and that feeling state. Because when you was a child, you always knew, you know, you had that end state of like, yeah, I am Incredible Hulk, and there was nothing, you know, in your mind that made you think otherwise. There never was. So, you know, that's basically how it works, you know. But once we started going to schools, once we started going to like institutions, things like that, once we started creating relationships with people, and people started like inputting fears or like indoctrinating like ideas into our minds, this is when we started to build a concept of ourselves. We started to build like who we thought we was, and that person who we thought we was, through like fears, through jobs, through everything in life. This is basically what, you know, gives people limitations. But there is no limitations, because at the end of the day, you can do anything and everything is possible. You know, you've just got to keep going, guys. You've just got to keep going and keep pushing, you know. So the only limitations that you have are the ones that you put on yourself. But yeah, I'm out and about on the river again. What a day it is today. There's not many people about today, guys, because obviously it's a little bit on the drizzly side, but we're not bothered because every day is a good day. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut the video short from there. Thank you so much for the support. And also, I noticed, and I'd like to give a shout out to this guy. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him, but he's called Danny Christie. And he's actually a really good fighter. I think he did a bit of fighting in the BKFC and stuff like that, and I noticed that he subscribed to my channel. So thank you so much, Danny, for the subscription. I was actually quite starstruck when I seen that you had subscribed to my channel. So thank you so much for that, and you know, I hope you're doing well, and you know, your career, and I've I've been watching from afar of some of the stuff that you've been doing. It's absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for the subscribe, and you know, I hope you're doing well, my friend. But yeah, from me, Paddy and Willow, thanks for you know, joining us on this journey today down by the river. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because obviously that does help the algorithm grow. All my socials are linked in the description. I've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you know the score, guys. So from me, Paddy and Willow, peace.